What's good, team? Welcome back to another episode of Explain series. And on this week's episode, I'll be explaining the Synchron deck in detail. And the main focus of this video is going to be explaining the core of the deck and giving you guys an explanation on how the deck functions. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright guys, so welcome to my Synchron Deck Explained. In this video, I'm not going to be going too in-depth with the Synchron deck. I'm going to give you guys a basic concept of how the deck works, what the deck do, and going over some what I believe to be some of the most key cards in the decks, and tell you guys some of my experience with the deck. So starting off with what's so good about the Synchron deck. Well, the Synchron deck pretty much spams the field. It has a bunch of different builds and it can OTK. It spans the field with the cards you see right here, Young Synchron and Quickdraw Synchron. I'll get to those cards in a second. The different builds it had throughout the years, which is why the deck is so popular, because they had variants from Junk Dopple, which is the version that originated in OCG, where it just rolled around nothing but Junk Synchron. This is back in the plant era. They had Plant Synchron variants, and they even just have straight up just all out boss walls OTK variants. And honestly, the deck is overall just good in general because it can just out of nowhere just OTK and fuck your shit up. In addition to that, it can just make tons of fields of just Synchro monsters. I mean, they have Synchro in the name for God's sake, so the deck is ridiculous. Junk Synchron. Honestly, the heart and soul of the deck. He starts with the basic combos. When you normal summon him, you can target one level 2 or lower monster from your graveyard. Special summon that target in defense position, but its effects are negated. Now that effect is really great because he typically just grabs back low level monsters like Dopple Warrior, which I'll get into in a second, and Synchro with him, which allows you to start out with your combos. So this is pretty much just one of the ultimate cards of the deck. It's searchable with their Junk Tutor card, picture being on screen, and overall just one of the best cards that help the deck function. Quickdraw Synchron, another combo piece. From my testing with the deck and experience of the deck, Quickdraw Synchron mainly just helped out the Quasar plays and some of the big pushes. One thing I noticed about playing this deck and my time that I did play the deck, and from watching other people play the deck, is that the deck is pretty much all combo pieces from start to finish. Almost every opening hand is going to be made for you to get a certain setup to make your ultimate combo go off, which is either going to be an OTK or pretty much an unlockable board via shooting Quasar Dragon. Dopple Warrior. Now, this is the guy that I was talking about that combos with Young Synchron. His effect basically reads, when a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, you special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, it's a Synchro material monster. You can special summon 2 Dopple tokens. Warrior, Dark, level 1, 400 attack, and 400 defense. Now, the reason why this is so good is because, number one, when you use your Junk Synchron, and let's say you got back an effect veil or whatever, you can special summon Dopple Warrior from your hand, and you can start synchroing up and going from there, because he makes tokens, and you know effect veil can sync for tokens because effect veil is a tuner. And it's also good because Dopple Warrior is just, when he's in the graveyard, you can top deck a Junk Synchron, summon your Junk Synchron, synchro up with your Dopple Warrior, and get more tokens. So that's why the deck gained the name Junk Dopple, because back in the day in the plant era, which was about 2012, you can just float tokens and constantly make level 5 Synchro monsters, which is really good. So yes, this card, main purpose is, honestly, next to Junk Synchron, it's the hardest soul of the deck. It gives you tokens, tokens gives you plays. So it's one of those main combo pieces that is ran as a 3-of in the deck, no exceptions. Love Eater. Now, outside of Dopple Warrior, this is another card that's a combo enabler. So 2 to 3 of in the deck. I added the 2 to 3 of on the list right here because a lot of players throughout the years always fought which one is better, 2 to 3 ratio. But for the most part, as you guys can see, it's a combo enabler. It combos with Quickdraw Synchron by pitching level Eater to Quickdraw. Level Eater effect basically reads, while this card in your graveyard, you can target one level 5 or higher monster you control, reduces level, and if you do, special summon this card. This face-up card cannot be tribute except for tribute summon now. So you pitch it with the Junk Quickdraw Synchron, you bring them back, and you Synchro. That's a quick level 5 right there. In addition to that, a lot of players use Level Eater to eat up on the Synchro, which allow you to push more plays. So a prime example would be You can go, let's say for example, Level Eater, pitch. You can go Quickdraw Synchron, pitch the Level Eater, use Level Eater's effects, special summon Level Eater to the field, sync her up for whatever you want, eat the Synchro Monster, bring the monster back, and then you can go normal summon because you haven't normal yet. Normal summon your junk Synchron, and the plays can just go off from there. This deck has tons of combos, a lot of combos I can't even explain. I don't want to introduce combos into this video because I feel like there's so many combos, there's no point of explaining them. Now, next card, Jet Synchron. A newer card to the archetype. It came down with Jet Warrior, which I'll not be reviewing it the video, but it's a level 5 synchro. And it came with Accel Synchron, but Jet Synchron's another main combo card in the deck. And it's pretty much one of the cards the deck needed. It's a glow up bulb. It's 3, from my testing, 3 is a must. In fact, basically, when it's into the graveyard sync material, you can add 1 junk monster from your deck to your hand. So you can always float your junk Synchrons. Then if this is in the graveyard, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, start summoning him, but banish it when it leaves the field. So level 1, you guys already know, we have the cards like Formula Synchron. When you synchro with him, he's a level 2 Synchro Monster, you draw a card, so it helps you keep your hand up. So Jack Synchron's another one of the core parts to the new version of Synchrons. It just helps you draw, helps you get combo pieces, which allows you to get angle, which is either going to, once again, spamming the field or bringing out beef monsters like Quasar Dragon to win you the game. Final thoughts. Now, Synchrons was honestly one of the most interesting decks I've ever played in my life. I had high hopes for the deck, but playing it in its current format, I just honestly didn't think the deck could survive. Only because I feel like it was lackluster for what this current format is doing. The deck basically is mainly good for just bringing out some of the best synchros in the game. The deck can also do triple Quasar plays, which is insane, but you have to have like the perfect setup. But ultimately, and sadly, sorry guys, I believe the deck is tier 2.5. And I don't think there's any higher tier for that. So yes, this was my Synchron Explained video. I know a lot of you guys probably wondering why didn't I go in depth into the synchros, because honestly, there are so many different synchros I can talk about for this deck. It'll just be pointless because there's what 40 or so odd synchros in the game, and the synchros that you're gonna run is gonna be up to your own personal preference. But one thing that's staying consistent amongst players is shooting Quasar Dragons at a 1 of or a 3 of. So this is the end of the PowerPoint. Let's get to the outro. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you give it a big thumbs up, just like last week, I'm going to have the poll up here. I want you guys to go to the poll, click on it, and vote for what deck you guys want me to explain next week. This week's Synchron won, so let's see what deck can win next week. As I always tell you guys, on Monday to do my general discussions, on Wednesday to do my top 10s, and on Friday to do my Explain series where I explain decks and archetypes in detail. I do these videos because I truly believe in helping you guys become better players, and also do these videos because I truly believe in you guys helping me become a better player. Charisma to Innovation signing out. Peace guys, stay innovative. Deuces. Upcoming format. Number 9 I have Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. Now, it's another great card. The side deck in this format is amazing for mirror matches. Depending